Now you may ask, isn't this interest rate really high? Or am I really helping the customer? It is helpful to know that the customer will never pay interest to the rental company. Instead, part of their monthly payment will be applied toward a rental fee. It is up to you, the dealer, to embrace the higher cost of rent to own by explaining it thoroughly. Let's look at an example. For our example, we're looking at a structure with a cash price of $2,160. The term length is 36 months, and the divisor we're using is 21.6. This divisor is typical in most states, but please refer to the divisor chart for appropriate divisors. We'll take the cash price divided by the divisor to find our monthly payment of $100. In the same way, to find our contract total, we'll take the payment amount times the term length for a total of $3,600. Let's talk briefly about the early purchase option, or EPO. At any time after payment of the initial payment, the customer may obtain ownership of the structure by paying a percentage of the difference between the remaining contract balance and the rental payments already paid on the account. For our example, we're using 60%, but this percentage can vary by term length and state, so please refer to each specific contract. Here you can see two examples. In the first one, our customer has paid 3 monthly payments of $100, which has reduced their contract balance from $3,600 to $3,300. If we take this amount times 60%, we'll find our early purchase amount of $1,980. In the second example, the customer has paid even more payments and is requesting to purchase the structure after making 16 monthly payments. Again, we'll take the contract balance times 60%, where we'll find their purchase option amount of $1,200. Now that you've thoroughly explained the cost of rent to own, the customer can make the decision that benefits them best. The customer will feel most confident if you, the dealer, are transparent and proud of rent to own. You can exhibit this by recognizing the convenience of rent to own, understanding the opportunity for a customer to use a product at a financial commitment they can fulfill, and by embracing the higher cost. As the customer is reading through the contract, they may ask you, what does the liability damage waiver cover? Liability damage waiver protects from acts of God, storms, winds, flooding, wildfires, etc. If an act of God causes repairable damage, the rental company would ensure that that repair happens, and the customer would continue to make their monthly payments. If an act of God were to produce unrepairable damage to the shed, the customer would not be liable for the remaining contract balance. It is worth stressing that LDW is not considered insurance and will not be treated as such. Another line item you may notice on the contract is CRA, which stands for Customer Reserve Account. The CRA is considered an escrow account in which the customer can apply extra funds to lower their monthly payments. Funds placed in the CRA must be done at signing and included in the contract. This is the only chance a customer has to lower their monthly payments during the contract. It's important to note that unlike the escrow balance, the CRA may not be used as a rainy day payment. It is also not considered a partial purchase or a cash price alteration. If the customer returns the structure down the road and has placed money in the CRA, they may be eligible to receive those funds back if the account is in good standing.